We turn in the meantime to the massive layoffs playing out today of government workers, thousands of them at multiple federal agencies, including the Department of Education, the CDC, and Veterans Affairs. And tonight, ABC News learning that hundreds were laid off at the National Nuclear Security Administration, the agency that maintains America's nuclear stockpile, before they were called back. Here's Mary Bruce.
Tonight across the country, tens of thousands of federal workers, from the Department of Education to Health and Human Services, from Veterans Affairs to the Department of Energy, suddenly told they are out of a job.
Last night I got an email around 9 p.m. Saying that my position was terminated.
In Greensboro, Georgia, Carly Arata worked at the Department of Agriculture.
I saw the subject of it and I kind of screamed. I didn't think it was real at first, so I reread it like 3 times and then kind of started crying because, I was relying on this job. My husband and I just purchased this house in December, and now we're not really sure what we're going to do.
In a meeting at the Office of Personnel Management, some employees were told to, quote, gather your personal belongings and exit the premises. ABC News obtaining this audio.
You will receive your termination notice via email shortly, and it will include the reason for termination. As a result, your employment with the Office of Personnel Management will end today.
The layoffs across at least a dozen departments and agencies, all part of an effort to cut government costs. Spearheaded by Elon Musk, who told an international conference that whole agencies would have to go.
We do need to delete entire agencies as opposed to leave part of them behind.
The administration first targeting the roughly 200,000 federal employees who have been on the job less than a year. At the Department of Energy, at least 2,000 workers let go, more than 1,000 people fired from Veterans Affairs, and another 1,000 from the CDC. Among them, half of the agency's so-called disease detectives, doctors and scientists who fan out across the country and the world to respond to outbreaks. But this process has been far from smooth. Sources tell ABC News yesterday roughly 300 employees at the National Nuclear Security Administration, the agency that maintains America's nuclear stockpile, were fired. But today, multiple sources tell us those firings were put on hold. Managers frantically calling the fired employees back, telling them as of now they're not fired after all. Their security badges turned back on and their access to federal systems restored, at least temporarily. The firings sending shockwaves through the federal workforce. But President Trump today saying this dramatic workforce reduction is all part of the plan.
We want to downsize government, but make it better. Run it better, but downsize.
And David, this is only the beginning. All day long, we've been learning of more and more cuts at these agencies. Tonight, word that Homeland Security is cutting over 400 employees, including 200 from FEMA. And workers we've talked to say it just feels so haphazard. No 2 weeks notice, no guidance on benefits, just told to pick up and leave. David.
Mary Bruce at the White House tonight. Mary, thank you.